let us look at relative motion along parallel lines. Okay, we are given two equations here. The first question says the two cars D and E are now traveling in opposite directions, 3 kilometers in 1 hour. All right, towards the east. Now we are having the picture car D. This would be your car D. Where is car D heading? All right, this would be VD. It's heading towards east. It's heading towards east. VD at what speed? At 80 kilometers per hour. Right. Then they are saying towards east. And car E is traveling at 70 kilometers per hour in easterly direction. We know that easterly direction is the direction from east to west. It is from east to west. That means car E, it's heading that direction. VE at what speed? 70 kilometers. Right. Now we know that car E, it will cover 70 kilometers in an hour. That's what this SI unit simply says. Now, we are told that they are 200 meters apart. 200 meters apart. Now, VS or S, it is 200 kilometers. Right, it is 200 kilometers. They are 200 kilometers apart. What will the distance between the two cars be after an hour? After an hour, what would be the distance between the two cars? Now, this is what we have. We've already established that VD, it is heading towards east at 80 kilometers per hour. We've already established that it will cover 80 kilometers in an hour. It means you are having 80 kilometers. That would be covered by what? By VD. Then here you are having 70 kilometers. 70 kilometers. That would be covered by what? By VE in an hour. Now, if VD is covering 80 of those 200, and VE is covering 70 of that 200, what would be the remaining distance after an hour? That's what we need to calculate. Now, in calculating that, it will be S equals to 200 minus open bracket 80 plus 70. Then we get our answer as 200 minus, this would be 150. After an hour, the distance between the two would be 50 kilometers. After an hour, as per the question, what will the distance between the two cars be after an hour? I hope this answers your question as you requested me to look into this question, Galagoons. Right, let's look at the second question. Let's look at the second question. This is how we tackle the first question. Let's look at the second question. Right, the second question. Let's look at the second question. Two conveyor belts run parallel to each other, but in opposite direction. That means this one is heading that direction, the other one is heading that direction. All right, conveyor A, let's write the whole thing bit there. VA that direction, VB that direction. Conveyor A, then conveyor B. At what speed we shall write that now. Conveyor belt A moves at A 0,25 meters per second, and conveyor B at 0.18 meters per second. Calculate the velocity of conveyor belt A relative to. Now, as per what I just indicated to you when solving relative motion, they are saying conveyor A is heading that direction, conveyor B that direction. Calculate the velocity of belt A, calculate the velocity of belt A relative to belt B equals to. The conveyor A, it will be a positive direction, since well we are not indicated if they are going east or west or north or what. We will assume that conveyor belt A, it is positive. Now we'll be having VA minus, then since all they indicated that they are heading opposite direction, then we'll make VP opposite. With the negative sign, you are simply indicating that VP is heading opposite to VA. Then you are having VA negative multiplied by negative would be positive. Then it would be VA plus VP equals to VA, it is given as 0.18 plus VP, it is given as 0.25. Then when you add the two, you get 0.43 meters per second in the direction of VA, the positive one, the positive direction, right? But now, when you look at our schematic and the formula, they are not saying the same thing. The schematic says they are heading opposite direction, while the formula says they are heading same direction, since we are having the positive sign here. Now, in exam, they would say, let the formula and the schematic say the same thing. Now, for you to make the schematic and the formula to say the same thing, when you are given a statement like this, calculate the velocity of conveyor A. You will keep A in its direction. In this case, A, it's heading what? East. You will keep VA in its direction. And what will you do with VP? You will then reverse VP in an opposite direction. That which will indicate you to stop and reverse, it is exactly the given question. Calculate the velocity of conveyor A relative to, you stop. When you read the statement velocity conveyor belt A relative to, that indicates to you that you keep this in its position, then you reverse the other vector. Then we will reverse VB. Now the schematic and what we have calculated, or as a formula, they are now saying same thing. Now, if you are given this question in exam, they are saying calculate as per the given information there. Then they say let the schematic or the vector diagram and the formula say same thing. This is how you will tackle it. You will stop and reverse. Thank you, good people. This is how we tackle the two questions.